Voices. They tell you who a character is before a single word matters. Not just pitch, but attitude, accent, texture.
I do voices.
What do you mean you do voices?
I do voices.
In audio storytelling, voice isn't just how you hear the story, it's how you feel it. And at Spoken, the platform where authors can turn their stories into full-cast audiobooks with a click. We don't just assign a narrator. We let them cast their characters, like a film. Library voices, professional voice actors, custom-built voices, even their own clone personal voice. What most authors don't yet realize is that you can create high-quality, dramatically performed audiobooks without a studio, a cast, or even technical know-how. Spoken makes that possible, and we're here to show you how. Today, acclaimed authors Joseph Nassis and Tom Levine are teaming up once again to push the limits of AI-powered storytelling, exploring character voices, testing narration styles, and building a sound-driven world from scratch. Let's just say, it's not your typical writing session. This is Spoken into existence.
Well, let's get into it. Let me
Let's do it.
The Spoken platform itself.
Nice.
Here I am. The platform is at ihavespoken.press. I've got a short story here that we've done, but this is the screen you get to when you log in. And it's fairly intuitive. It doesn't take much to figure out that if I want to create a new project, I go over here to the left and I hit the create button. Am I creating a new product or am I selecting an existing project? Well, in this case, we're creating a new project. So I would just click on that. All right. So we're going to put a title.
Yeah.
That gives us both the series title and identifies which of the horsemen we're going to be talking about. I can upload a PDF or a doc file. I can manually add some text, or I can upload an MP3 file if I was going audio to audio. In this case, we're going to upload a doc file.
So if we had something I had narrated to myself, for example, on my phone, I could upload that as an MP3 and still do all the things we're about to do.
Okay.
That really opens up the possibilities for creators, doesn't it? Like even more so than I had thought previously with just writing. Like if you, for whatever reason, if that is something that you struggle with being able to narrate it, I'm always telling my students about that. There are so many ways to tell a story. You don't have to just sit at your old, Underwood typewriter and bang out a novel at the cafe. Like there's all kinds of ways to do this.
Yep. Looks like we're uploading a large work. We have the tag in place, so we can proceed. What should happen next, if we've done this properly, is the system will take in the document, split it into sections and into voices based on the individual characters. It should identify or give us the opportunity to identify what kind of document this is, etc. So there, uploaded it just as we did previously, titled it the same, given it the multi-character, multi-voice.
The speed is breathtaking. Like how fast this stuff works nowadays is incredible to me.
Well, it's given us the analysis is completed. It's given us a short summary, tells us some of the particular channels that we might want to put this novella in on the platform itself. It's given us a comparable, the Magicians series by Lev Grossman. Our safety analysis is there. All of our individual installments are here. So everything there looks good. So I go down here and I click the button that says Make Passages. Now, what's happening behind the scenes at this point? The AI is ingesting the novella, identifying each of the individual voices and speakers that are within the novella, and then it is going to break those out and group them together so that we can select voices for each of those individual characters. We can create the audiobook here on Spoken, have it on the Spoken platform. When they monetize, sell it on the Spoken platform, and then we're free to sell the audiobook elsewhere as well if we want to put it on any of the others or any of the partners that Spoken might announce, in the future.
Yeah. And the other thing too about this that I'm not sure all creators or maybe just the new creators out there realize is you're creating an asset by doing this that
Yeah.
doesn't just have to be a book for sale. There's other things you can do with this audio. You can cut it up and make it into organic, Facebook or social media posts or whatever. You can use it to make an audio trailer for the story, for the book. I mean, the options are just kind of endless there.
Here's an interesting issue
Uh,
here. So,
mm,
Sister Mary Agnes, we refer to her as her full name in certain places within the story, but apparently we also refer to her as the shortened Agnes.
mm.
Those are the same characters. So we're going to want to utilize this merge characters button to tie those voices together. Tie those characters together. So the AI recognizes that as one character and not two. So let's see. I've never done this part before.
All
So
right.
let's see what happens when we click on this. Okay.
And then it's up.
So we select Sister Mary Agnes.
Mhm.
We select Agnes. And we go back up here and confirm merge. And we want to keep Sister Mary Agnes as the name for the identifier. That's when you and I both know who it is. So we'll
Yeah.
like, okay. So our next step is to hit the manage passages button. We will be assigning the voices to continue,
Mhm.
but let's take a poke at these areas up here. Under lexicon, it's given us some of the
Oh.
words that it might have a particular need to pronounce in a certain way. And it allows us to take the word and then enter the word phonetically so that it could be pronounced correctly. Introduction is just
Oh, like front
the
matter?
identifier of here's the name, the title of the book, and the person. We obviously need to change this because we have two authors.
Hey, that's right.
So we're going to assign voices to continue. All right. So narrator, assign voice. I'm just going to click on that. Options here. We can use a prompt to describe the voice that we want it to produce for us, or we can go in and choose voices from the library that is built within the platform itself. It'll match the tone and style and all that of the manuscript and give us some ideas about voices that it thinks might be worth trying. You want to see what this narrator custom voice 2 sounds like?
Yeah, let's do it.
Carrion Man Sheriff Tom Donaldson couldn't put off making the call any longer, especially with both the press and the town council breathing down his neck.
That is a custom narration voice that I created for the short story Carrion Man
Was
that I uploaded, when I first tried the platform itself. It knows it's my account. It knows I've utilized this voice before, so it went out and grabbed that voice as one of the options for us, to utilize for this. My thought is just, "Hey, let's listen to a couple and
yeah.
see what they sound like." So I'm just gonna move over to Tony.
Hello, I'm Tony from England, where the rolling hills and historic towns have shaped my love for rich culture and community.
Let's try, Simeon.
Good evening, my friends. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the bearer of a voice resonating with the depths of storytelling.
That to me is a short story voice. I don't think
Yeah.
I wanna listen to that for for hours.
No, no, but it does have a certain, lulling quality to it, you know? Alright, let's try Noah.
Hello there, I'm a young adult male voice from the US who speaks in a calm, informative, and even pace.
Yep,
Interesting.
but not for this
Straightforward.
story.
Say again?
No, it's a great voice, not for this story.
Agreed, agreed. Mature American. Let's try that one here with Dave.
I'm David, a mature, engaging voice. A bit plain spoken, but I get the job done.
What do you think?
I think that might be interesting, if only because the dialogue is so much more vibrant and lots more peaks and valleys and energy. So
Yep.
perhaps having sort of a nice easy baseline like that to offset the excitable dialogue of Sister Mary and Moxie might be a good choice.
Alright. So David, mature American, voice actor. like this voice. Preview this voice with my passages. Let's try that.
She stood on a low hill, looking down its slope to the plain just beyond where the dead lay in numbers too many to count. Bodies lay twisted and turned, their last anguished moments caught in the tortured positions in which they rested.
Yeah, that works.
Okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay with that? All right, let's select that. So it's brought us back to the list of uh, voices, and it has eliminated the narrator from the list, and it's moved us down to the next voice, which is Moxie. Now, if we remember, for those listening in, Moxie is a 17-year-old punk female who is the incarnation of war. If memory serves me, she was born in Germany, but has been in the US since she was about 6, but
Mhm.
contains a little bit of her German accent.
Yeah.
I do like this prompt. The young woman's
Yes.
confident and slightly sarcastic, with a hint of Californian drawl. Her tone is quick-witted and sometimes flippant, occasionally punctuated by a dry chuckle. She speaks rapidly but clearly. What do you think about changing this hint of a California drawl to a hint of a German accent?
Yeah, let's try it.
Yes, that's what we're gonna do next, and
Okay.
we'll see, it's going to give us some samples of what this voice would, sound like.
David, we just chose from the library. We didn't do any custom work there.
Nope, nope, just kinda, hey, he sounds okay for the time being.
Mhm.
We'll utilize him, and we'll see what he.
Woo! Oh my gosh. I'm excited.
Now it's created 3 individual voices for us from the prompt that we put in, and also given us some selections in terms of voices from the library. So here's the first version it created for us.
You're a fool. Don't you get that, dude? I know you think you're serving your country, and you know what? You are. I get it. Hell, I respect it. You joined the military because you wanted to.
Interesting, not only did it give us a custom voice, it grabbed one of Moxie's lines,
Yeah.
gave us the voice in Moxie's, lines, which was great. It's great to be able to hear it, not just in, some random sample, but a sample from
Yeah.
actual work. That one seemed a little too high for me, little
I
too.
agree.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if we just hit generate custom voice samples again, if it will
Mhm.
give us 3 different custom voices,
Let's find out.
because those were pretty close,
They were.
yeah, I thought.
Yeah. Something that we probably won't get into today, but that definitely is going to impact the entire story, which is how we punctuate things like dialogue.
Yep.
Because I know exactly the sentence that they're quoting from, and that is not at all what it should sound like.
Nope.
And so, like it's the difference between reading the experience and listening to the experience, and that's going to be an interesting thing to work on as we go through this whole process.
Let's try custom voice number 1 again.
You're a fool. Don't you get that, dude? I know you think you're serving your country, and you know what? You are. I get it. Hell, I.
Hmm.
That's better than the first round.
Yep. Let's try voice number 2.
No. More. Nukes. You're a fool. Don't you get that, dude? I know you think you're serving your country, and you know what? You are. I get it. Hell, I respect it. You joined the military because you wanted to.
That's better.
All right. One more.
I know you think you're serving your country.
Already tell that one's not it.
That's the German.
Yeah, yeah. It just wasn't working.
Yep.
What do you think about selecting this custom voice number 2 for our placeholder for Moxie?
Yeah, yeah, I'd love to hear, it'll be fun to hear more of the story,
Yeah.
and clearly changing up some of the, punctuation and things like that will really impact how she comes across.
Agreed. Agreed. All right. So I'm going to select this voice for Moxie. And remember, we can go in and we can change it after the fact if we decide that isn't the right voice. All right.
Mhm,
We should probably wrap up. Uh,
mhm,
our process is obviously to continue what we're doing,
yep,
to go through, select each individual speaker, find the right voice, whether we're generating them as custom, whether we're selecting from the library of voices, and we would do that all the way through until we finished all of the characters.
yeah,
And that would then take us to allowing us to preview the audiobook as it's being read in each of those voices, and then fine tune each of the sentences and paragraphs and passages that show up.
sounds good. No pun
Excellent. Yep.
intended.
Simple, intuitive, straightforward. So far, I'm happy with the process.
Yeah, me too. I'm looking forward to going through this with some of my other work.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Well, we're going to wrap up. That's all of Spoken Into Existence for this week. Hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you same place, same time next week.
Make sure to follow along as this one-of-a-kind story takes shape. You'll find new behind-the-scenes episodes right here, plus bonus content all throughout the series. Follow us on socials at spoken.press, and be sure to follow the authors too, at Tom Levine and at Jay Nassis on X. Joseph and Tom are also on Facebook, at joseph.nassis and author Tom Levine. Or you can join the discussion in our communities over on Reddit and Discord. We'd love to hear your thoughts as the story unfolds. This is Storytelling Reimagined, and we're just getting started.